For more than a decade, Danny Reed has been trying to regain control of his life. First physically, now financially. He learned to walk and talk again after a car plowed into him, leaving him brain damaged and partially paralyzed. But nobody warned him about his next battle, fighting to keep the money that's been set aside for his lifelong care. Little did he know his fight would be with the person entrusted to watch out for him.
I've not been sleeping. I wake up in the dark hours of the morning. I'm just trying to fight this person off. I'm trying to keep this person from preying upon me.
All the money Danny Reed had in his trust, more than $500,000, came under the control of a court-appointed trustee. Now he fears there will be nothing left. Private professionals, known as fiduciaries, are appointed by judges to handle the care and finances of elderly and disabled people. In many cases, they play a vital role, orchestrating everything from complex money management to bedside care. But in Silicon Valley, their services can come at a steep cost. While Reed's case stands out among the roughly 1,500 elderly and incapacitated adults overseen by the Santa Clara County Superior Court, a Mercury News investigation revealed that a small group of the county's court-appointed fiduciaries are charging exorbitant fees, sometimes double the hourly rates that are allowed in most other Bay Area counties. And the Santa Clara County Court has few rules to deter them.
Well, the Danny Reed case represents the problem where you have an individual who is by definition powerless, vulnerable, in a complex legal system where their rights and their money and their assets are being taken away from them.
After his accident, Reed successfully sued for damages and thought the money would help him in his struggle to recover from traumatic brain injury. He still has virtually no use of his left arm and suffers from memory loss and chronic pain due to nerve damage.
I was in coma for 2.5 months, and when I came out of coma, I had some severe brain trauma, brain injuries, and as far as recovering from that, it's been a very, very long, painful, and difficult process. The settlement monies offered me the comfort that I would be taken care of in life.
At first, Reed's mother managed his money and affairs, but confusion over a mislabeled bank account led a Santa Clara County Superior Court judge to appoint Thomas Thorpe to temporarily oversee Reed's estate. Reed and his family insisted they didn't need the help. They fought Thorpe's appointment in court. Despite the objection, Thorpe worked as Reed's trustee for 4.5 months in 2010. His court-appointed mission was to protect Reed's assets, but his fees came as a shock. Thorpe's first bill for service, combined with charges for his 2 attorneys, came to more than $108,000. Some of those charges were to defend himself from Reed's efforts to remove him as trustee.
Every unnecessary court filing, I knew they were just running up the bill every time they would make an appearance in court, every time they would send me a letter, every time they would do anything, they would use that as an excuse to bill for thousands upon thousands of dollars more.
Thorpe's and his attorney's fees continued growing by the thousands of dollars, even after he resigned from the case on October 2010, and Reed's sister took over as his trustee. Reed soon learned another lesson. Challenging his trustee's fees would cost him even more. When Reed and his public defender fought the fees in court and claimed Thorpe had violated his duty, another 6-digit bill landed. Thorpe and his lawyers sought an additional $198,000 for defending their original charges. And later, they added another $63,000 in attorney's fees. Thorpe even billed Reed's trust $2,500 a day to sit through his own trial.
Danny is one of a number of people who have been taken advantage of by professional fiduciaries, some recklessly, maybe some intentionally. And Danny was just he was the poster child for this kind of a problem. His case really was so outrageous that it was emblematic of all the problems in the system.
Thorpe and his attorneys declined repeated requests for interviews, but in court filings they argued that they worked hard on Reed's case. Thorpe arranged for a massive cleanup of Reed's San Jose townhouse, fixed some errors with his bank accounts, and improved his insurance policy. Elder law attorney Sherry Sedweeks is not involved in the Danny Reed case, but she points out nobody gets paid until a judge approves the fees. Her firm has represented 20 Silicon Valley conservators and trustees, and she praises their performance.
Most of them are compassionate beyond belief. I think that the nature of the business and having to sacrifice so much in their personal lives to take on these problems of others, they have to be a part business person, part social worker, part counselor. I have not seen anything where I believe a fiduciary has been dishonest or that they have done things just to run up fees.
Most people at the heart of these probate cases have dementia and other disabilities. With their limited capacities, they are unaware of what's happening in the probate process. But Danny Reed, despite his severe disability, has been fully aware.
This is so many times worse than my accident and my recovery. This is a person who's preying upon me, who's relentless in the determined attempt to extract money from my trusts.
For Reed and his legal team, the battle has become about more than money.
There's a flaw in the system that is being exploited, and for Danny Reed to take these steps to sort of fix that flaw, or at least bring awareness to that flaw, I think has a much more lasting impact than the pure dollar amount.
I didn't want to be just like another one. I had to speak out. I had to say that if something's going to happen, that when people hear what's going on, that they would have to stop it. You know, that this has to end.
Over the last year, a judge threw out most of Thorpe's fees, but ruled he had not violated his professional duty. The judge, however, said California law gave him no choice but to award Thorpe's attorney $146,000 for defending Thorpe and his fees. How much has it all cost Danny Reed? The numbers tell that story.